So I want to share with you something that I actually really enjoy doing in my work as a music practitioner, particularly when I'm working and supporting people that have quite limited mobility. Something that's really lovely to do is creating a sensory soundscape. Now, that can be something as simple as being in a nice, quiet, darkened room with some sensory lights on and some calming music. But it's always nice to kind of add these extra bits in. So sometimes I use, depending on the music that we're listening to, for example, if I find something online that's sound of waves crashing onto a beach, for example, I then get a large, long bit of fabric or a long scarf and gently creating waves over the person's lap, or if they're lying on the floor, you can do it over their bodies very gently. You can have a fan on in the background on a low setting, creating some kind of wind element. And then I also quite like to have this. It's so simple. It's literally, as you see it, a stick with different tactile ribbons tied to it. Really easy, but can be very effective. So I've got an old drumstick here. You can use a wooden spoon, chopstick. I've got a kebab stick here, though you'll need to cut off the end bit so it's not sharp. These old kind of the garden canes, if you can cut those in half, I'll get wee ones, they're quite handy as well. And then just a selection of different ribbons. Now, as I said, it's really quite nice. It's not essential, but it's nice if you've got different textured ribbons, because I say that can bring a nice textured element to it, particularly if you're perhaps working with somebody that has, or supporting somebody that has a visual impairment. That can be a nice little addition. And you're literally just tying your ribbons right along. Maybe trying to do for each a double knot, and then so they're nice and secure. Like so. So once you've got your ribbons tied up, you can either use it like that, it can be draped over the person's hands, their arms, legs, over the full length of the body if that's what they like, perhaps behind their neck, or if they're quite happy, over their face, very gently. If you've got any of these kind of sensory lights, I love working with these, and they're so kind of inexpensive and easily available in many shops and online. These are great to use. It's quite light in this room today, but you can have these kind of shining behind or in front just to create a bit more of a sensory experience for that person, if that's what they like to do. These are really fun as well. I think they come in packs of 6, and it's literally just foam with a sensory light inside. I don't know if you can see that or not, but these are really useful to have, particularly for putting maybe behind your ribbons, or if you've got wind chimes, or you can curl them around the inside of a drum. That's quite good fun to do as well. So you can either just use it the way it is, have sensory lights behind it, or if you have access to these in your craft box, or you get yourself a wee bag online, these little craft bells are so handy to have, and can create a little kind of sound element to it as well. So you can select maybe quite a thin bit of ribbon on your stick here, and then you just literally just thread it through. And if you want, you can tie a little knot on to secure it. But there you go. So you can either have, if you want to go crazy and do all of them and have a nice big kind of jingle bell sound, you can put these on all your ribbons, or just one or two just to create a little bit of sound. Really easy, really simple, but really fun and effective. And it's always really good to have in your sensory toolbox as well. So have a bit of fun with this and enjoy.